All right, we are here with Evelyn and Bryce from the Accessibilities team. How are you all doing today?
Great.
Good.
Awesome. All right, so let's talk about some ease of access features. But actually, before we do that, let's get some background on you two. What do you do at Xbox? What do you do here?
So I'm a program manager on Xbox, and my primary role is accessibility, making
Nice.
sure that we build a product for people with disabilities.
I love that.
And I'm on the Xbox design team, and I focus on inclusive design.
Fantastic. I love that. So ease of access settings, what are they on Xbox One? Just high level.
Well, we've got a whole suite of accessibility features that make it easier for people to use our product. We have features that help people with low or no vision, people with limited hearing, people who are nonverbal, and a variety of other features that make it much easier for people with disabilities to use Xbox.
Nice. Making gaming for everyone. Just like your shirt says.
Yep.
Just like the
What are the
shirt.
chances? What are the chances? Cool. So before we actually get into the actual features and ease of access, let's talk about the development process. Before you even identify you want to make a certain feature, how do you go about that entire process?
So we start with the community. We actively go out and sort of engage gamers with disabilities and ask them what they want and what they're kind of into, what they need. And then we bring those features back into our pipeline where we try to put them into development.
Nice.
And then I work with the feature teams to make sure that we're building the products that are usable for our users. And then we actually bring people onto our Microsoft campus,
Ooh,
into
cool.
our user research team, and have them walk through these features and make sure that they're actually usable. We also leverage
awesome.
the Insider program as well, where we have people that are part of the early program and give us feedback as we're developing.
Insiders are so valuable
They
to
are.
Xbox.
Absolutely.
I love it. All right, so let's dive right in. Let's talk about a few of these. Let's begin with high contrast. What is the high contrast ease of access feature?
So high contrast is it's a way to make the UI more readable for people with low vision. Increasing contrast just makes things easier to read. And so Evelyn's going to turn on the setting. We basically follow what Windows does for high contrast, except we have a slightly unique take on it from Xbox's point of view, because we have a linear focus model, whereas Windows has basically a cursor, a mouse.
Sure.
So for us, that focus state that's blue right now is really important. We want to make sure that there's only one of those on the screen so that if you're a low vision user,
You can see it.
you can see it. Where it's
Yeah.
blue is basically where you're at.
I love that. Let's talk about the magnifier feature.
Yeah.
What exactly is the magnifier feature? It sounds self-explanatory, but let's see if we're right.
It kind of is. It's exactly that.
Yeah.
It helps people that are low vision make it easier for them to actually see the UI. So sometimes, I'm sure you've experienced this when you're sitting in your living room, you're 10 feet away from your TV and the text is pretty small.
Yeah.
Imagine if your vision was not as good as yours is.
Be a
and
bit harder.
It'd be much harder.
Yeah.
So we've added this feature to make it possible for people to make the screen bigger, easier to see. So you
Awesome.
can turn it on through the ease of access section that we were showing before, or there's a shortcut.
You hit the guide button and hit the menu button.
Exactly.
All right, so how do you control the magnifier? How do you zoom in, zoom out, move around the screen
So it's very easy. You can use the triggers to zoom,
to zoom in?
and you can use the right stick to pan around the UI.
All right, so let's move on to narrator, right? And so I used to work on Xbox support on Twitter, and a lot of the tweets that we get about narrator are like, my Xbox is speaking to me. What is happening right now? So let's settle this once and for all. What is the voice that they are hearing?
Well, narrator is mostly used by those who are blind, but it's also used by those who are low vision. And it's pretty self-explanatory. It narrates the UI.
Everything on the screen, right?
Yep. So if you can't see your screen, you can hear it. We actually have blind users that use Xbox with just the controller and a headset, and they're sitting in different rooms. They're not even anywhere near their TV.
That's so amazing. That's so amazing. That is fascinating. So let's test it out here.
So just like many of the other ease of access features, you go into the settings app, and at the bottom is the ease of access section, and narrator is there. And you can turn it on via this
Settings. Check
checkbox.
narrator on checkbox.
Nice.
Narrator is
But
a screen reader
very
that reads
similar to
text.
magnifier,
Items
you
on
could
the
also
screen
press
navigate.
and hold the guide
Narrator works
button
best with a keyboard.
and hit the menu
Some
button,
buttons may not work with a controller.
and you'll be able to turn on narrator from anywhere within the UI.
That's amazing.
In addition to that, there's some settings that make it more customizable for people that want different voices or want different speeds or pitch for those voices as well.
Nice. So it's really all out, all the different settings, the way you can adjust it. That's awesome. All right. So the narrator, can we use it in other apps?
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and go
Sign in
to
tab,
My
11 of
Games
9.
and
Selected.
Apps.
Achievements tab, 2 of 9. Select Messages tab, Guide tab, Home button, Games and Apps button, My Games and Apps, Movies and TV.
And let's go ahead and launch Movies and TV.
Selected.
Nice. And you even hear it calling out what number of the app you're on. And that's awesome.
Bonus from $14.99, 2 of 25. Movies and TV, Trailers button.
Nice. And then it just shows you and speaks everything to you. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
I love that. So if gamers want to submit feedback, they can go to feedback.xbox.com, right? That's where you go to submit feedback on anything on Xbox. But of course, there's a specific section for ease of access.
We have a specific section for ease of access settings, so please go there and submit your feedback. It's pretty active.
Yeah, I
And
love
we
that.
use that to build better products.
Build better products. That's what it's all about. Xbox. All right. Thank you so much, Evelyn and Bryce, for stopping
Thank
by
you.
to show us these awesome features. Back to the live show.